Have you ever been there? Standing over maybe a 3-foot putt, feeling totally confident, and then you just watch it slide by the edge.
Oh, absolutely. All the time.
Or maybe it's that really long one, the monster putt where you just feel that 3-putt coming unless, like, a miracle happens. It's that frustration, right?
It is. It feels like it should be simple.
But it's just so complex sometimes. Well, today we're kind of giving you the secret sauce, but it's not magic, it's science. We're diving deep into the science and, the secrets behind really elite putting. For this deep dive, we've pulled together a whole stack of sources, pro analysis, insights from top coaches, blending that hard physics with the psychology side of the game.
Which is often overlooked, actually.
Totally. So our mission is to unpack how these advanced tools like Quintic and Puddle, alongside things like rhythm, how you see things, the mental game, how all that can transform putting from, guesswork into something precise and repeatable for you.
Yeah, that's the goal, isn't it? Consistency.
Exactly. And we're going to uncover some pretty surprising facts, I think, and give you practical, actionable stuff that goes way beyond just, hit the ball straight.
Because it's definitely not just about hitting it straight.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
So achieving that real consistency, even for the pros, it really starts with objective data, doesn't it? Understanding those tiny little movements.
It really does. It's about getting past just feel.
Okay, let's unpack that then. We hear about tour-level standards all the time. For putting, it sounds like pros aren't just winging it based on feel. How precise are we talking? And why does that detail matter if you're not on tour?
That's a great question. And yes, for pros, but honestly, for anyone really serious about improving, it absolutely starts with objective data, not just your intuition, your feel. It can be incredibly deceptive.
Okay, so what does that objective data actually look like? How do they even gather it?
Well, it involves really carefully calibrating the putter. They use high-speed video systems like the Quintic ball roll system, and also simulations like the Puddle app. These aren't just toys. They capture pretty much everything.
Everything like
impact, the precise face angle down to fractions of a degree where the ball starts going, spin rate, launch angle, and that really crucial bit, the transition from skid to true roll.
Ah, the skid.
Yeah, because the less it skids and bounces, the quicker it settles into that pure, predictable roll. And that's just critical for accuracy and consistency.
Right, that makes perfect sense. Less chaos, more control.
Exactly. And these tools, they give you some amazing insights. For instance, one source mentioned a player whose data consistently showed a 1.2 degree open face angle.
Okay, wait, 1.2 degrees.
Yep. On putts that felt absolutely dead straight to them.
That sounds like almost nothing. What's the actual impact of something that small, especially if it feels straight?
It's kind of crazy, right? But on a putt that feels straight, that tiny 1.2 degrees open means that beyond, say, 5 or 6 feet, you are guaranteed to miss.
Guaranteed. Wow.
Yeah. It just clearly shows that your feel for alignment, no matter how sure you are, it can be totally wrong. And for any golfer, that's the big takeaway. Without that objective data, you're essentially just guessing why you're missing. You're kind of trapped by your own perception.
Huh. The number of times I've been convinced I'm aimed straight. Yeah, that 1.2 degrees thing hits a bit close to home.
We've all been there.
So that precision at impact is, non-negotiable for elite putting and really vital for anyone who wants to actually improve, not just hope. But what if the issue isn't just static, like the face angle, but something, in the motion itself?
You've hit on a really key point there. It absolutely can be in the motion.
Because you mentioned rhythm earlier. Sounds like that's maybe just as fundamental as any mechanical detail.
It truly is. Putting is so much more than just mechanics. At its core, it's about rhythm. And rhythm, well, put simply, it's motion without hesitation.
That smooth, fluid movement. But I bet it's easy to mess that up.
Oh, definitely. So many players, even really good ones, they unknowingly change their tempo during the stroke. You see it a lot. A long, slow backswing.
And then a quick, rushed follow-through. Yeah.
Exactly. That inconsistency, that change-up in tempo, it just destroys distance control. You either leave it way short or...
You blast it 10 feet past the hole, right? So if inconsistent tempo is the problem, what's the fix? What do the sources say about building that smooth rhythm?
Well, the sources point to something they call the 3B metronome approach. It's about building a specific internal beat for your stroke. Think like 1 for starting back, 2 for the top of the backswing, and 3 for impact.
Like literally a mental metronome. 1, 2, 3. How does that actually help on the green, though?
It helps build that smooth, steady cadence. So the energy builds evenly and then releases, kind of instinctively. There's a great quote from Coach Henrik Jensch. Athletic movement begins with intent to reach the target, not with thought.
Intent, not thought. I like that. So if you're just focused on rolling the ball to a spot, your body sort of presets the required force.
Yeah, exactly. They talk about this preparation energy. It lasts maybe 3 to 5 seconds, which is just enough time to make the stroke before your conscious brain jumps in with all the doubts, trying to micromanage everything.
Get out of your own way, basically. So the key takeaway for you listening here is really to trust your body once you've set that clear intention. It's amazing how much pudding is that dance between the mind and the body and getting the sequence right.
It really is about trusting that process you've built.
Okay, speaking of mind and perception, you might think you're lined up perfectly, eyes over the ball, everything's square, but our sources suggest your eyes could actually be, well, lying to you.
This is a huge one, and honestly, I think widely underestimated. Visual distortion.
Yeah.
So many players, and I've seen it myself, they genuinely believe they're aimed perfectly square to the target.
But the camera, or the laser, tells a different story.
Precisely. High-speed video often shows the putter face is actually pointing slightly right of where they think it is, even when they're carefully using alignment aids on the ball or putter.
No way. Why? Why does that happen? What's going on with our eyes?
Well, there can be a few reasons. Maybe your eyes are positioned too far inside the target line relative to the ball, which just skews how you see the line.
Okay.
Or your chin's too high. That changes your whole perspective, like looking down from a slightly different angle.
Chin high. That's an interesting one I hadn't thought about.
Yeah. Or sometimes it's even the putter design itself. Some putters, frankly, just don't have very clear, unambiguous alignment marks. They can almost confuse the eye.
Right. So what can you actually do about it? Are there practical fixes or drills the sources recommend to sort of counter this visual trickery?
Absolutely. The sources suggest a few key things. Using a putting mirror is great. It helps confirm your eyes are positioned directly over or slightly inside the ball where they should be.
Okay, mirrors, yeah, that makes sense for checking setup.
Adopting more of a chin-down posture often helps too. It gets your eyes more level with the ball, improving that perspective. And here's a really counterintuitive one.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes, choosing a putter without any alignment aids can actually help certain players.
Really? No lines at all? That seems backwards.
Or at the very least, really understanding how those lines or docks on your specific putter might be subtly misleading your perception. The main point is your gut feeling on alignment. It can be fundamentally flawed.
Wow. It's genuinely wild to think our own eyes, something we trust so much, could be playing tricks on us like that. That really reframes how you have to approach something as basic as just aiming, doesn't it?
It really does. The crucial takeaway here is that you need objective feedback. Video, laser drills, even just a mirror. Something that gives you an impartial view. Because you just can't always trust your gut feeling when it comes to alignment. Your eyes can definitely fool you.
You can't fix what you don't accurately see.
Exactly.
That's incredibly clear. Okay, so we know pros use this precise data to uncover these subtle issues. We get why that objective feedback is so vital. Now, let's get into the specifics of these tools you mentioned, Puttalyze and Quintic. How do they actually work together? How do they bridge that gap between, say, the perfect theoretical putt and what you actually do on the green?
Right, that's where the synergy is really powerful. It's all grounded in physics. Basically, the precise motion of a rolling ball on a slope.
Physics, my favorite subject.
Oh.
Not.
Well, think of Puddle as like the ultimate putting GPS or planner. You feed it a few key inputs. How fast the green is the Stimp speed.
Right, Stimp reading.
The slope percentage, the exact length of the putt you're facing, and crucially, your intended target speed for the ball as it gets to the hole.
Okay, got it. 4 precise inputs. What does it give you back?
From that, it calculates exactly where you need to aim the aim point. It also tells you where the ball would stop if it missed the hole, which they call the distance point, and the total amount of break or cut length needed for that perfect line. Essentially, it gives you the perfect theoretical path. Okay, the ideal line and speed.
Precisely. So Puddle tells you what should happen if everything is executed perfectly. Then Quintic comes in. Quintic is the reality checker. It measures what your stroke actually delivered right after impact. It captures the real-world result.
Okay, so what kind of real-world stuff is Quintic measuring after the ball leaves the putter?
Things like the actual launch angle. Ideally, you want that really low, maybe between, say, 0.75 and 2.5 degrees. Very little upward hit.
Right. keep it low.
And crucial details like how far the ball actually skids before it starts rolling properly. You want that skid distance to be as short as possible. It also measures forward spin, side spin, the overall roll characteristics, basically. The full detailed picture of what the ball actually did the moment it left the face.
Ah, okay, now I really see the power of using them together. Puddle is the optimal plan, the theory.
And Quintic is the execution checker, the reality.
Yeah.
That's how they bridge the gap.
You got it. That combination is really the gold standard for serious putting improvement. Puddle gives the plan, Quintic measures the execution. It allows for incredibly precise diagnosis of any issue, whether it's too much loft, too little loft, excessive skid, inconsistent launch, whatever it might be. You stop guessing.
You can point the exact problem.
Exactly.
It's amazing how deep the science goes on this. But okay, knowing what to do and why it works is only part of the battle, right?
We've talked data, but you can't just bang out putts randomly and expect to get better.
Oh, absolutely. You're spot on. Sustainable improvement isn't about mindless reps. It needs structure. You need a routine that trains your feel, your alignment, your mechanics, and crucially, your mindset. It's all connected.
So what does that kind of holistic routine look like? What do the sources recommend for building that foundation?
Well, the sources outline 3 foundational drills they suggest incorporating into, like, a daily routine.
Okay. Lay them out for us. What are they?
First is the core putt drill. It's super simple, just 3 balls on a flat part of the green. The instruction is just to make 3 identical strokes towards a target. But here's the interesting twist. After the 3rd stroke, immediately turn your head away. Don't watch it roll out.
Turn your head away. Why would you do that? It seems odd.
Well, it does a couple of important things. One, apparently it helps stretch neck ligaments, which is good for posture anyway. But more importantly, psychologically, it helps you unconsciously register the green speed for that day. It helps calibrate your brain for force and distance without you consciously overthinking it. It's a subtle way to build that intuition. Huh. Sneaky. I like it. Okay, unconsciously calibrating speed. What's next?
Second is the instinct test drill. Here, you set up 2 targets, maybe 15 to 20 meters apart, so pretty long putts. The goal is simply to focus on rolling the ball to them, just getting the distance right.
And what does that test specifically?
Well, what most people find is they consistently leave these long putts short. It seems we have this built-in protective instinct, right? To avoid overcommitment, to avoid hitting it way too hard.
Ah, the fear of the 3-putt from downtown strikes again.
Precisely. So recognizing that hesitation, that sort of protective governor in your brain, and actively training beyond it is absolutely key for controlling those longer putts and really committing to getting the ball to the target, not just near it.
Makes perfect sense. You have to break that subconscious barrier.
Okay, and the third foundational drill.
What's the overshoot drill? Here, you deliberately take the putter back a bit farther than you normally would for a given putt. You intentionally try to roll the ball past the hole. Intentionally hit it too hard. Okay, that feels counterintuitive to like everything I've ever tried to do on a putting green.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the goal isn't just hitting it hard randomly. It's to consciously experience too much energy. See, this drill isn't just about finding a new physical range. It's about shattering a core mental barrier.
Okay.
So many of us subconsciously have this deep-seated fear of hitting the ball way past the hole, that dreaded 3-putt again. By intentionally overshooting, you sort of desensitize yourself to that fear. It gives your brain permission to truly explore and calibrate the correct amount of energy needed, rather than always subconsciously holding back a little. It frees up your instinct for speed.
Wow. Okay, that's actually a profound insight. You feel the extremes to truly find the right middle ground and break the fear barrier. And speed, as we know, is just so critical, isn't it?
It's absolutely everything. And get this, there's a data on optimal speed. At the perfect pace, which is about 3 rotations per second as the ball reaches the hole effectively plays as if it's about 3.5 inches wide. But if the ball arrives faster, if it's really zipping along, the effective size of that hole shrinks dramatically.
So hitting it too hard literally makes the target smaller for you. You're reducing your own margin for error just by being too aggressive with speed.
Effectively, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So optimal speed isn't just about getting the ball to the hole. It's about giving yourself the biggest possible target size for maximum forgiveness when it gets there.
Wow, that really puts speed control in a new light. It's not just about distance, it's about maximizing the hole size. Okay, so you've got these foundational drills, calibrating instincts, breaking mental barriers. How do you then build that into muscle memory with more specific practice?
Right, exactly. That's where a whole range of specific drills comes into play, catering to different skill levels, from beginner right up to advanced. The sources offer tons of great examples for targeting specific skills.
Give us a few examples. What kind of specific skills are we talking about?
Well, you've got the classic gate drill, right? Putting through two tees set just wider than the putter head. That's excellent for path control.
Okay, path control.
Then there's the eyes closed drill. It sounds a bit weird maybe,
Yeah.
but closing your eyes really forces you to train your feel, your proprioception. That amazing internal sense your brain has of where your body parts are in space, even without looking. It's how you build deep intuition from the inside out.
Ah, I see. A pure feel drill takes the visual out of it.
Exactly. Then there's the logo line drill, which often involves using the line on the golf ball. That's fantastic for nailing your face angle consistently at impact. And the downhill pie drill helps you manage those really scary, fast breaking putts.
Ooh. Yeah, those are tough.
And something as simple as the yardstick drill, just rolling the ball straight down a ruler or yardstick, is brilliant for ensuring your putts start perfectly on line every time.
Simple but effective.
Yeah. And the key thing the sources emphasize, and this is really crucial, is to rotate these drills. Don't just do the same one over and over until you're bored. Mix it up, maybe weekly. Adjust the difficulty. The resources often use color codes, like green for easy setups, red for advanced. And they usually provide clear setup diagrams with distances. This ensures you're constantly developing, constantly challenging different aspects, not just getting stuck in mindless repetition.
Keep challenging yourself. Keep it fresh. Keep growing. Makes sense. Understood.
yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you've got the data. You understand the physics. You've got the rhythm. You're doing the drills. You're working on visual perception. You've done all the prep work. But then the pressure hits.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
The moment of truth.
That's the ultimate challenge, right? Achieving that consistency in a tournament or even just playing with your buddies when something's on the line. Because all this great technical work can just, poof, evaporate when the stakes are high, can't
It
it?
absolutely can. Even if your mechanics are perfect on the practice green, pressure introduces what psychologists call cognitive interference.
Cognitive interference. Okay, that sounds familiar, maybe. What exactly is that, and how does it sabotage a putt?
Yeah, think of it like this. It's your conscious mind suddenly slamming on the brakes and trying to take over, trying to micromanage what should be a smooth, automatic, intuitive movement. It's like your brain's internal backseat driver suddenly grabs the steering wheel at the worst possible moment, telling your hands exactly what to do when they should just be allowed to flow based on all that practice.
Right, overthinking it in the moment. So what does that actually look like on the course when someone's feeling that pressure cooker?
Well, common symptoms are delaying the stroke, that extra waggle, that hesitation before you finally pull the trigger.
Yeah, the hesitation, that kills rhythm.
Exactly. A noticeable break in that smooth rhythm we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
And fundamentally, the biggest shift is that the focus changes. It goes from the simple intention to make the putt, or at least get it close, to the overwhelming fear of missing.
The focus shifts from achieving success to avoiding failure. That's a really powerful distinction.
Okay, so what do the sources suggest for combating that internal battle? How do you maintain your performance, your consistency, when it really counts?
Well, first, they suggest reframing the objective. Look, the goal isn't necessarily to make every single putt you look at. It's to play golf, right?
Yeah.
To score effectively over 18 holes. That 20-footer you're facing, it's not some grand, dramatic test of your skill under fire. It's just another scenario within the round. Try to take the drama out of it.
Okay, lower the mental stakes. I can see that.
Second, really emphasize that pre-stroke commitment. Decide on your line and distance. Feel your intended rhythm. Establish that clear intent, I'm rolling it to here, and then just go. No extra thoughts, no last-second adjustments allowed in that final moment. Commit and execute.
They commit and execute. Simple but hard. It is. And third, especially for longer putts, really embrace strategic lag putting. Actively aim to two-putt. Seriously, just accepting that takes so much pressure off your shoulders and helps you avoid that emotional roller coaster of feeling like you have to hole everything from distance.
Manage expectations. Play the percentages. Smart.
You've nailed it. Remember that Henrik Jensch quote again? A 20-foot putt isn't artistry. It's golf. The goal is two putts. I'm not trying to be a hero, just trying to score efficiently. That mindset, that acceptance, is absolutely vital for maintaining consistency when the pressure is on.
Wow, what an incredible journey today, really. We've gone from the tiniest angle of a putter face, micro details captured by incredible technology, all the way up to the complex mental game of an elite athlete under pressure. We covered the data, the rhythm, those surprising visual tricks, the science behind tools like Quintic and Puddle, then moved into holistic training, specific drills, and finally, how to tackle that beast called pressure. That was quite the deep dive.
It really covered the whole spectrum, didn't it? From the physics to the psychology.
Absolutely. So maybe here's a final thought for you, the listener, to kind of chew on. Think about how understanding the precise physics, but also those subtle mental aspects of even a seemingly simple action like hitting a golf putt, how that deeper understanding could unlock not just better scores for you, but maybe also a deeper appreciation for how your body, your mind, and objective data can work together in mastering any skill.
That's a great point. It applies much more broadly.
Yeah. So ask yourself,
Yeah.
where else in your life, maybe it's at work, maybe it's another hobby, maybe it's learning an instrument, where else could a similar deep dive, looking at both the hard data and the soft skills of instinct and mindset, truly transform your results?